What do you know? Shane Corbin's hanging out here in studio with me. He just like zipped in from the side. They didn't get to see that.
Hey, Steve. Thanks for having me. Great to be here again.
So glad to have you back. It's been a year since you and I got the chance to talk, and I just love the way that they snuck you onto the set here. It felt very like, ooh, it's like spy stuff. Been an amazing week for you. Congratulations. Everything that you have been talking about here this week. AMD, really one of our phenomenal partners and long-term partners, and we are so grateful for that partnership. So thank you on behalf of all of us.
No, absolutely, and thanks for the partnership with Cisco. It's an amazing joint partnership that's delivering true value for our customers.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So that's exactly what we're going to dive into, is where that value fits in, right? When we look at AI systems like your AMD Helios, in particular, as these systems start to emerge, they become more popular, they get more traction. How do you see networking shaping the next generation of our scalable AI infrastructures?
Networking has radically evolved in the age of AI, and I'm just going to take it a little bit back first and talk about what we brought to market last year, which was our AI NIC Polara 400 gig scale-out adapter. That delivered new levels of performance for AI training and inference for MI300-based Instinct systems like the UCS system. And it did that through open standardized Ethernet, which Cisco are a big driver of as well. We're both joint members of UEC. UEC has delivered huge advancements in Ethernet to make it scale for the needs of AI workloads. Those enhancements include congestion management and control, RAS, load balancing, packet spray-based load balancing, and this unlocks new levels of performance in software. And we're seeing it in production today with our customers, our NeoCloud, or hyperscale customers, or sovereign AI customers. They're seeing up to 25% better collective communications library training performance, which translates into model training performance, which is huge. And as you take that forward and look at the next generation Helios rack scale architecture, it's a true next level leap in terms of an AI architecture. It's based on our next generation MI450 GPUs, unlocking new levels of performance. And it's interconnected. It's a true 72 GPU rack scale domain, and it's interconnected with our next gen AI NIC, our Volcano 800 AI NIC.
Absolutely. All right, so I remember when we started this conversation last year, and we had new announcements. We've got new announcements coming in this year as well. So now we start to take to the next stage. What was the core driver? We're moving very rapidly, I guess is kind of what I'm getting at the foundation. Yeah. Why now? Is it part of the time crunch of the AI demand?
Yeah, it's the scale of innovation that's happening with the model builders. If you look at over the last number of years, the hyperscalers and the model builders, models are increasing in scale by an order of magnitude every 18 months to 24 months. This is like 10x in terms of scale. If you look at the latest Llama models from Meta, it's like 405 billion parameter models. This is driving new levels of capacity needing to be built into accelerators, and that capacity has to get unlocked in a large-scale cluster by next-level networking. And that next-level networking is that we're enabling in Helios is based on our Volcano AI NIC, which is an 800 gig adapter. But what's really cool about Volcano AI NIC, it unlocks up to 50% more performance with an MI450 GPU than any competitor NIC with it. It's launching later this year. It also supports 200 gig SerDes, so it interoperates quite well seamlessly with 200 gig SerDes systems like the G300 Nexus Silicon One platforms that got launched this week from Cisco, which the true value this brings for customers is they can build larger scale clusters with less cabling and optics and less networking infrastructure, much lower power, cooling cost to deliver, to run the same large-scale training workloads and unlock new levels of performance.
Amazing, amazing. You guys are just, again, you're just moving so rapidly here. What do you think is going to be most critical to scalable AI networking if we look not just over the rest of 2026, but say we look over the next few years, like maybe even take us till 2030, where do you see it taking us?
Well, the pace of innovation is going to grow unabated. The model growth isn't going to slow down. It's probably going to get even faster. We're going to see systems built with scale-out networking up to 1.6T and beyond. We're still going to need an open ecosystem to address this because customers don't want to be locked into single vendor solutions. Innovation thrives in this open environment. And what's going to be really important, I believe, is you need to have programmable flexibility in your architecture that allows you to adjust when standards evolve. And we have that natively in our platform in P4. When hyperscalers and model builders come to us and say, we have a new transport protocol we need implemented that we believe will improve our training performance by 5 or 10%, we can implement that in software without a hardware respin on Volcano today. So it's huge value, and I think it's future-proofing the infrastructure for the next level of scale for AI for these types of customers.
Absolutely. It's building trust as well at the same time.
Yeah.
Trust in the brand, trust in the capability. Talk to us a little bit about how AMD's networking products are influencing the way AI networks are being designed now and how they'll be adopted by users as we move forward.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of innovation. We spoke about 200 gig SerDes. This is enabling customers to build much larger networks at a much lower cost. We're seeing innovations like multi-plane networking, where it allows you to take that even further, where you can split the network capacity of an adapter across multiple independent planes and address a much larger GPU cluster size with radically lower infrastructure from a networking standpoint. These types of innovations are taking shape with the hyperscalers and the cloud providers and the model builders, and you're going to see them become more pervasive in open UEC-based Ethernet over the next number of years, I believe.
Fantastic. I'm going to hit you with one that we didn't talk about in advance, because it's where I kind of want to end things and wrap them up here. Why the AMD-Cisco alliance? What is it about this partnership that has proven to be so valuable for the industry, that is proving its value to customers on a daily basis? Why are we so good together?
We're both great innovators. Cisco is obviously a massive leader in networking. We're a huge leader in compute accelerators and CPUs, and we're launching into networking, and I think there's a true synergy in terms of building next generation open systems for AI, not proprietary systems where you're locked in by a single vendor.
Couldn't have put it better myself. Sometimes we just have to look for those core differentiators of why this partnership makes sense, and the partnership with AMD has been phenomenal for so many years. Shane, such a pleasure to talk with you. Thank you for coming in, making time for the studio today. We couldn't appreciate it more.
Thank you, Steve.